Good evening, everyone. Happy Thursday. Happy New Year. Welcome to 2025. How's everybody doing today? What is going on, everyone? How's everybody's New Year starting out so far? How are you all doing? Make sure you all hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, share this channel out with everyone you know. I would greatly appreciate it. What is going on? What's up? How's life going? How's everybody doing? Hopefully you all like the new logo. Hopefully you all like the new intro. Wanted to change a few things up. I got a new outro as well. So you all will see that at the end of the live stream. Shout out to everybody in the chat. Again, make sure you all hit that like, hit that subscribe, share this channel out. If you're watching this on X, come over to YouTube and hit that subscribe button. Join in on the conversation. So we got a few things to talk about tonight. Before you know it, spring training right around the corner, right? Next month, regular season. Before you know it, it'll be here. So time to get excited. So, little more, one more month, and then it will slowly but surely get into baseball mode, baseball season. And we'll get over these boring days and nights. So let's say what's up to the chat real quick. Who do we have in the chat? We got William in the chat. What's up, William? How you doing? Ken, what's going on? Jack, what is up? Joe, what is going on? Graham, what is up? Joel, how are you, Joel? What's going on? We got Jake Boss in the building. AD McMahon, what up, man? How's it going? Daniel Berry, what's up, Gusto? Like he says, good seeing you, Gusto. He says, like, share, and subscribe, and turn on that notification bell. Smash those emojis down there at the bottom. Thank you so much. Javi, what is going on? Good to see you. We got Graham. He's saying it's snowing. So how do you think it's going? I hope you're inside staying warm. If it was me, man, I'd be staying inside with some hot cocoa. Oh, yeah. Let's go. Nervous waiting on the Yankees' next move for base. Well, it's probably going to be third base, and we'll talk about that. But again, with the Yankees, you never know. Brad, your opinion doesn't count. But hello from the down under. How are you? Drunk Hispanic, what is going on? Recovering from Saturday's EF3 tornado. Whoa. Okay. How come I didn't hear about that? That's surprising. Hopefully everything's all right. Yeah, no, I feel you. You live in New Mexico, so dry as toast, but cold. Yeah, it's I'm close to you, man. I'm in Colorado, so dry weather, and it's been cold here too. So, sitting outside in the pitch dark. Got it. Yeah, what's up, Mr. Coconuts? Happy New Year. So, what's going to be the Yankees' next move, right? I feel like as of right now, they're not going to make any moves, in the next few days. I would say in the next week, I would say. I'd say I would say in about 2 weeks, you probably see some type of move happen. We're just going to have to be really patient. Now, there is the waiting of Roki Sasaki, right? The Yankees are still in on him. The Yankees had a 2-hour meeting with him, and it sounds like the Yankees people were happy with the 2-hour meeting. But the belief is that he's probably going to either sign with, a team like the Padres or the Dodgers. Now, would that surprise me? No, it wouldn't surprise me because, a lot of the Japanese players are going to sign with the West Coast teams. And, again, he's not ruling any team out, but I see him signing. If I had to predict, right, and, I'm not great with predictions, obviously, but I could see him signing with the San Diego Padres. If he does sign with the Dodgers, would I be surprised? No, I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, the Dodgers, they sign everybody. They're going to sign players and they're going to give them deferrals. We know how this works, but I don't know if Roki Sasaki is the holdup right now. I mean, there's other small moves that are happening around Major League Baseball as far as teams making moves. Now, another report came out. It was from Ken Rosenthal. Yandy Diaz and Brandon Lau are off the table, right? These are two players that, I've mentioned, and I know a lot of Yankees fans have mentioned as potential trade targets for the Yankees infield. But it sounds like the Rays are not looking to trade either one of these guys. And there's been some chatter amongst the fans in social media talking about Luis Arraez, that he could be an option, but you could put him at first base or second base, but clearly Paul Goldschmidt's going to be your first baseman, so that would leave second base. However, Jack Curry Jack Curry and Michael Kay did make a mention that ultimately they think that Jazz Chisholm is going to be, and he's going to end up moving to second base, which translates to Jazz Chisholm is going to move to second base. Maybe Brian Cashman and Aaron Boone didn't come out and say it, but I would assume with those two guys saying what they said, I think it's safe to assume that Jazz Chisholm is moving to second base. What they do with third base is a question mark. It's still a question mark. We don't know what they're going to do. So stay tuned, folks. We'll find out. Let's get to some of the comments here. Freezing in Queens. Yeah, I don't miss the freezing weather in New York. I'll say that much, man. I lived in Queens there. What part of Queens you live there, drunk Hispanic? Joel is saying minor damage to your house, major damage across the street. All right, I'm sorry to hear that. I'm glad you're safe, though. I'm glad you're safe. Glad you're okay. And you're here with us. John Bazzini says DJ and or Cabrera better not be the Yankees' answer at third base. I don't want that either. I do not want that. There's other internal options that they could go with if they decide to go internal. But we'll see. And yes, prayers to the victims in attacks, New Orleans, Las Vegas, Queens, New York, Baltimore. Yeah, there's been a lot of craziness going on. So folks, be safe. Just take care of yourselves, take care of each other. Just look at your surroundings, right? Just be safe. Be safe. It's been a little wild over the last day. So, as long as you're all okay, we're all okay. Yeah, a lot of madness going on around the world. So please be safe for everyone. I feel like DJ playing third or second. He's making $15 million. Look how long the Yankees went through Rizzo. Yeah, but they gotta know that DJ's not the answer. They have to know. I know he's getting paid $15 million, but they have to know that he's not the guy that should be starting. We already know where Roki's going. It's the Dodgers. Yeah, Dodgers or Padres, I think. Sasaki to Pirates, Brewers, Diamondbacks, or Mariners. Okay. I've liked the Padres ever since I lived in San Diego. Not close to the love of the Yanks, but like them better than the Dodgers for Roki for sure. Please no Arraez. That dude can't field. I mean, Gleyber Torres couldn't field either, but hey, Arraez does have a good bat, and maybe that's where the Yankees have to make that sacrifice. Even though the Yankees this offseason have been really focusing on defense, which they absolutely needed to, but they do need to get another bat. Arias does have a good bat. He could be a leadoff hitter. The Yankees don't have a leadoff hitter in their lineup. So they, clearly they do need to get a leadoff hitter. I'm not saying it has to be Arias, but it could be Arias. It could be someone else. DJ and Oswald at third. Oh, Woodhaven. Okay, I'm familiar, man. I lived in Sunnyside. Peraza sorts his bat out. He can play third. Also, he's out of options. Well, I mean, at this point, if they're going to go internally, I'd rather play Peraza. If anything, he could definitely play third base, no problem. That won't be an issue, and then your infield would be set, right? With Peraza, Volpe, Jazz, Goldschmidt. So, yeah. What's up, Steve Legend? What's going on? AD McMahon, did I see Goldie's in? Yeah, you know what? I did watch the interview. I liked his attitude. We'll talk about that here momentarily because he said something that I really liked, and we'll talk about that here momentarily. So Hassan Kimmer Massey, I mean, those are some names. Jace Young was another name that's been mentioned. Veerling was another name that's been mentioned. Rodney Green, a.k.a. Mr. Controversy. How's it going? What is going on? Good to see you, my friend. How are you? Roki will shock you all and choose New York or we'll choose the Yankees or the Diamondbacks. Maybe not. I don't know. But we'll see what happens. I think the Yankees will pivot from DJ. They want to get the bat. Well, yeah, absolutely. And stop with the narrative of any star from Japan is automatic Dodger. Players have free will. Yeah, they do. But, the reason why we're saying this is because, with Ohtani joining the Dodgers and he's going to be a draw. He's an attraction. So just food for thought. And Ronnie, thank you so much for the gifted membership. You are the man, bro. Looks like D-Train is the recipient of that membership. So D-Train, I don't know if you are in the chat, but if you are in the chat, make sure you thank Ronnie for the gifted membership. Ronnie, you are the man, bro. Thank you so much. And it was great chatting with you for a little bit yesterday. Well, I mean, he may be making 15 million, but like I said, I could see him riding the bench. He's got 2 more years. He's got this year, next year. The Yankees can't trade him because of the 5-10 rule. And then the other thing too is that, there's no team that's going to want him anyway. So just to, again, throw that out there. Yeah, Shotei Managa and others are not Dodgers, but I do. Yeah, but I'm saying, this is the thing, with Ohtani being such a big name, he, ultimately, I mean, he could be a Dodger. All right. And Rodney Green, once again, coming through with another gifted membership. Thank you so much. And it looks like D-Rod is the recipient of that membership. So I don't know if D-Rod's in the chat, but shout out to Rodney once again coming through. You're the man, bro. Thank you so much. You are the man. Thank you. Graham Highlander is saying Veerling a good player, but I can't see Tigers moving him unless they sign Bregman. Cubs are supposedly sniffing around Bregman. If so, are they not using Shar or is Horner going to be available? Well, Cubs have made a couple of moves in regards to the infield. So that's been a question that I've been wondering. What was is Horner going to be available? And if the Cubs are sniffing around Bregman, if I'm being honest with you, Graham, I don't see the Cubs signing Bregman. I don't see it happening. I could very well be wrong, but you never know. Tigers are very heavily in on him. So I could see him going to the Tigers because of his connection to AJ Hinch. That's a possibility. But I see him ultimately either going to the Tigers or he goes back to the Astros. And if you want a hot take, I could also see him taking a short-term deal, right? I could see both him and Pete Alonso taking short-term deals. Which, speaking of Pete Alonso, the Angels are supposedly interested in him. So the only reason why I'm saying the short-term deals is because look what happened to Cody Bellinger. Look what happened to Jordan Montgomery. They weren't getting the deals that they were looking for, and they settled for a short-term deal. Montgomery, he exercised his opt-out. He's a Diamondback. Cody Bellinger, got traded. So, there you go. But just wanted to throw that out there. And Ken, shout out to Ken for gifting a membership. Ken, you are the man. Looks like Andrew H is the recipient of that membership. So thank you so much there, Ken. You're the man. Very giving. Both of these gentlemen, Ken and Mr. Controversy, Rodney, both gentlemen, very giving, very giving. Thank you. And Gusto, once again, like, share, and subscribe. Thank you. But may have to take short-term deal. Well, Boris at his best, exactly. I mean, they may have to. I've said it time and time again. I don't think Bregman is worth $200 million. I mean, the Astros offered him $156 million. He turned it down. But I don't think he's going to get 200. I don't know what he's going to get, but I don't think it's going to be 200. And as far as Pete Alonso goes, I mean, I don't, he's not, he wants the money, but I also think it's the years with both of these guys too. I do whatever team is still inquiring about these guys. I think the years also play a role. I don't think they want to sign these guys to long-term deals. All right. But that's my take on it. I agree. He should have taken the 156. That was like the right offer for him. He should have taken the 156, but he didn't. But hey, either he's gonna have to settle. At some point, he's gonna have to settle. I thought so too, AD McMahon. I thought the Astros were absolutely fair on their offer. So, and who do we got? Graham Highlander. He says the Tigers won't give Bregman $200 million. The only team that the Jays, but I thought he would go there. I would agree with that. Yeah, Tigers are not going to give him $200 million. Like I said, I don't think he gets $200 million from any team. All right, I don't think that at all. Hey, Anfi, how about Max Muncy as a last resort? I wouldn't be opposed to him. Maybe maybe he does. Yes, he does strike out a lot, but I like his glove. And Angel G Serrano says, "Now your NFL channel is awesome, bro. Keep up the good work." Thank you so much, man. Thank you for the shout out. Thank you for the love and support, man. Thank you. Just trying to make this channel as great as possible. I don't know. I mean, Tanner Scott is, he's still a free agent. So I'm surprised he hasn't signed, although there's reports saying that he's looking for a 4-year deal worth $80 million. So, that's $20 million a year. Is he deserving of $20 million? That's a lot. That's a lot for a closer. But you look at Josh Hader, he's getting paid about 18 or 19 million. He's going to try and top that, of course. Nissan Sasaki and the Yankees will bring him in on a 2-year deal with an opt-out. Yeah, maybe. But Alonso should have taken that Mets offer initially. He ain't getting that one now. Alonso's market is not really strong. So thank you so much, man. Appreciate it. Yankees should bring in Bregman or on a short deal or trade for Correa of Twins. Carlos Correa, right? That's another name that's been mentioned a lot by Yankees fans as far as trading for Correa, but I'm going to say no on that. I'm going to say no on Carlos Correa. All right, and here's the thing. Okay, Carlos Correa, before he signed with the Twins, he had come to agreement with teams, and the fact of the matter is, he failed their physical. That's concerning, and not to mention he's injury prone, and he missed a lot of time in 2024. I believe he only played in 86 games, so it's a hard pass for me. And that contract, I'm not in love with that contract. The Yankees would be on the hook for a very, very long time. I understand he's an experienced player. He's got experience in the postseason, and he's been there for a long time. But I'm going to say pass on him. Now Bregman, I know the Yankees. I think the Yankees are not going to sign another infielder, right? I think if any signing that they make is going to be for pitching, but if they are in on Bregman, which I don't think they are, I think it's going to be a short-term deal. So Yankees should entice the Cubs on an offer, a great deal like Hill. Yeah, nah, Tucker's going to be a Cub this season. I mean, I don't think Kyle Tucker is going to get moved again. I doubt it. He'll be a free agent. And he'll test the free agent market unless they trade him at the deadline. But Hill, Jones, and two others, I think that's a bit much. I wouldn't do that much for Tucker. I'm not trading 4 players for a rental. I know they did that for Juan Soto, but that was a different story. But I don't know if the Yankees want to go through that again with a 1-year player, with a 1-year rental. Tigers overpaid for Javi Baez and Will with Bregman. With their pitching, they need bats. Yeah, I mean, Javi Baez is overpaid for sure, and it's not working out for him. So, well, yeah, I mean, like I said, we might, for that first base market, he read it completely wrong for sure. So I don't know when Fernando Cruz's Yankee intro is. I'm not sure, man. I don't know when his intro is. I can't wait to see him pitch. I saw some of his highlights. The guy is filthy. He's got some nasty stuff, and I hope I can't wait to see him pitch. Enough players like Correa who yelled at his team for being lazy yet gave up on that last play for the. Well, I don't want Correa one way or another. What up, Jacob? How's it going? Ken says Correa's contract could be up to 8 years. He has 4 vesting options. His contract is $37 million. Yeah, that's why. I mean, the Yankees are not going to take that. So give Peraza a chance. Good glove. I'm with it, man. If they're going to go internally, I'd rather give Oswald Peraza the chance to play at third base. I mean, definitely over DJ, no doubt. So. Yeah, exactly. So, yeah, I'm good. I don't want it. So, Max Coverage TV. What's up, man? How's it going? He says, I like the new logo, bro. I appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you so much. Stephen B, what is going on? Kevin Rivera, what is up, man? Happy New Year. What is going on? Yeah, will Cruz get one or just a Zoom? He is a trade, not a signing. I mean, I think he'll probably get a Zoom. I mean, they did it for Soto. He was a trade. They did it for Bellinger as well. They did it for Devin Williams. So, yeah, I think I'm sure he'll get a Zoom. I would think he would. The Yankees are gearing up for the World Series and making up for Soto's bat power. I mean, yeah, look. So far, I like the moves that the Yankees have made. Okay, I do. I think they pivoted quickly. They made some smart moves. They didn't make any trades or signings out of desperation. They didn't just throw money just to throw money out there. They were strategic. They had a plan in place, and that plan worked. So I'm happy with it. So you're at a service call. All right, man. How do I feel about Ha-Seong Kim? You know, I like Ha-Seong Kim, but the problem is he gets hurt a lot. Again, another guy. I wouldn't mind seeing him on the Yankees on a short-term deal. But I don't think he's going to be ready by the time opening day comes around. But he's a good fielder. Maybe not he doesn't have like a powerful bat, but if he can get on base, when he gets on base, he could be a threat to steal, which is always nice. But defensively, he is good. I wouldn't mind Ha-Seong Kim. Yeah, it does come after their physicals. This is true. So I mean, Fernando Cruz could be going through his physical, and yeah, Kim is a Boris client. So I don't know. Do they want to deal with a Boris client? They should get a temp this year at third base and go for Murakami next year. Well, that's the thing. See, the thing is, Goldschmidt is a 1-year deal. So if they do try to go after Murakami, he'll probably be your first baseman. I mean, I know he plays third base as well, but I'd say if the Yankees were to sign him, he probably would be your first baseman. What's up, Ronald? How's it going? Yanks should trade for Vlad. The bats they got are all overrated, and nobody's a 4-hitter. Vlad next to Judge would make this lineup much better. I mean, again, I don't know that the Yankees are going to trade for a 1-year rental. I know they did for Devin Williams, but for a bat, though, I don't think they'll do it for a bat. If they were to look into Vlad, I think they're going to look into Vlad when Vlad hits free agency. I know he talked extension, possibly an extension with the Toronto Blue Jays, but I don't see that happening. Honestly, I think he's definitely going to hit the free agent market. So, we'll see what kind of money he's going to get. I know he's going to get some stupid money. Korea is just talk, right? Yeah, it's just talk, man. It's just talk. No, there's nobody said none of the beat writers said that the Yankees could look into Carlos Correa. So I even if the beat writers did say something like that, I wouldn't want him. Yeah. So due to a shoulder injury, he's probably going to miss a couple of months. So he's probably not going to come back till like the end of April, like early part of May probably. So I'm not counting on him to start. He won't be there for opening day if the Yankees were to sign him. Yeah, and they're not in a divisional. Yeah, nope, they're not going to do it. I don't think Hal and Cashman are going to help Boris with Kim. I'm pretty sure Cashman and Hal are still. Yeah, I mean, listen, it's just the nature of the beast, man. Yankees have dealt with Scott Boras for a long time. So, I mean, Scott Boras ain't going nowhere. And like Ronnie says, he's killing free agency, and he is killing free agency. He does this every year. Every year, he's just holding everything up. It's frustrating. 500 million is not worth it for Vladdy. I mean, he's good. Is he worth 500 million? Depends on who you ask. Personally, I don't. If I was to spend 500 million, I'd rather go after Kyle Tucker in the next offseason, but that's just me. Pito Will, what is going on? Gusto, letting everybody know what's up. Nicholas Nyman is saying, I don't want him either. I'm just wondering if you heard anything. No, I haven't heard anything. So It's just fans asking for screaming for him, screaming for Carlos Correa. I don't want him, but. And Steve Legend says, smash the like button, guys. Appreciate you. And which reminds me, we are 30 minutes into the live stream, so I do appreciate every single one of you tuning in. Hopefully, you're all off to a great new year. Make sure, again, you all hit that like button, hit that subscribe, and share this channel out. I would greatly appreciate it. Thank you, thank you, thank you. What's up, Jonathan? How's it going? So, I wanted to mention this about Paul Goldschmidt. He had his Zoom meeting today. Now, it sounds like he's really excited to be a New York Yankee. Looks like he's really looking forward to it. He did say that he was going to be a mentor. For some of the players on the team, especially the younger players, which will be nice because he does bring a veteran presence. Goldschmidt's been around the game for a long time. The other thing that I was able to appreciate, that I do appreciate from Goldschmidt, is this. He was asked about his first half performance in 2024 and said that he accepted it wasn't great. He accepted accountability. He was accountable for himself. He accepted responsibility. He said that he didn't make any excuses. He knew that he had to fix his mistakes and make his adjustments. He had to fix his mechanics, and so he did, and showed improvement in the second half of the season. Right. Here's my thing, though. Right. Here's why I'm bringing that specific thing up. Is because many times I've said that, players need to hold themselves accountable if they're not performing. These guys are getting paid to do their job. Now, I'm not saying that they're going to play well every single game. Yeah, they're going to hit a slump. They're going to hit a funk. These things are going to happen. They're going to make mistakes. It's going to happen. They're human beings after all. But the fact of the matter is, they need to take it upon themselves to make these improvements on their team and do a better job. All right, to improve themselves and help the team. So I was able to appreciate that because, you've all heard me say it. There's only so much a manager can do. A manager they have their job. They have a job to do. Yes, but players are also getting paid an insane amount of money to play the game, and so they need to take responsibility and make adjustments when they need to make adjustments and make improvements wherever they need to make improvements. So I was able to appreciate that from Paul Goldschmidt. Let me know what you all think. Let me know if you all agree with that. But I did like his press conference. I am looking forward to him playing for the Yankees for 1 year. So I can't wait. He's an improvement at first base. He's an instant upgrade at first base. The Yankees' first base production last in 2024 was not great. It was, pretty piss poor. So Goldschmidt is, again, he's an immediate upgrade for the Yankees. So, let's see what he does. I think he's going to have a good year. I think he will. Him playing as well as he did in the second half of 2024, it's good. It's good. So, again, let's see what happens. Still a benefit on defense when slumping at the plate, have their head in the game. Yeah. I agree on Goldie. If he has a great season, then they might have to think, do they run him back again? Well, do they run him back again? I don't know. There was a reason why they signed him to a 1-year deal. They didn't want to sign him to a 2-year deal. I think if they felt very confident, they would have signed him to a 2-year deal. That's what I think. But I think 1 year was the way to go there, Graham. And honestly, after the 2025 season, I think the Yankees are going to go in a different direction for first base. What direction they go, we'll see. They're going to look into Vladdy. They're going to look at Murakami, right? They're going to look into these guys. So, I think Goldschmidt is a 1-year deal. Kevin, Roki Sasaki, he met with the teams that were interested. He doesn't have to make a decision quite yet. He's got about a couple of weeks to make a decision. Where he ultimately goes, we'll see. I mean, if it was my guess, Padres or Dodgers, that's my guess. Yankees at first base was, yeah. Goldschmidt could be the best Yankees first base since Teixeira. I mean, Rizzo was good, right? But unfortunately, Rizzo's injuries and that concussion ruined him. You know what I mean? It's unfortunate, but it totally just ruined him. But it happens. Goal gives me vibes of Jack Clark. Saying it's just a thought. No, I get it, Graham. I get what you're saying. But ultimately, respectfully, I don't see him coming back. I really don't. Yes, Ken, and it was DJ that hit the slam. Well, I do remember that game. Bring Naylor with the provision he loses 20 pounds. Well, yeah, I mean Josh Naylor, I wouldn't mind him, but yeah, he does need to come down and wait. Anthony Rizzo, I don't know where he ends up, man. I have no idea. Does he go back to the Cubs or, I don't know I don't even know what the market is on him. There hasn't been any conversation in the offseason involving Anthony Rizzo. His name hasn't been mentioned at all. So, ultimately, I don't know what happens with Anthony Rizzo or where he ends up. 20 pounds in a haircut. Yeah, for Josh Naylor, for sure, man. But hey, David Cohen, what's going on? He says Rizzo, maybe Pittsburgh. Yeah, it could be a small market team. It could be a small market team. Yeah, if he retires from baseball, good for him. I wouldn't blame him. Retiring from baseball, calling it a career. I wouldn't blame him. Bo Bichette coming to the Yankees. I don't think the Blue Jays are going to want to trade Bo Bichette to the Yankees. I don't think they're going to want to trade Bo Bichette to any of their division any of the division rivals. So I don't think it's going to happen. I do see Rizzo retiring. Yes, I do. I think maybe Rizzo on Cubs for last hurrah. Yeah, maybe on a 1-day. Yeah. I was going to say 1-day contract. Probably not. Yeah. Happy New Year to you there, David. How's it? Hopefully you're doing well. Here after 6 years, I wish the Yankees would modify their policy. Yeah. Maybe, I know the Yankees still have that, no beard policy. I wish they would do away with it, but maybe they will one day. Who knows? Yeah, I think he lives in Florida. I think he's from Florida too. So, maybe he does go to the Marlins. I don't know what their first base situation looks like. Do you think it was dumb to go with DJ instead of signing Bregman or trade? Well, we don't even know if they're going to even go with DJ. So we have no idea yet. And as far as signing Bregman, I don't think they're going to sign Bregman. If they do, it's going to be on a short-term deal. Arenado. Now, I know Jack Curry did say that they're out on Arenado. However, you never know. The Yankees could be waiting for the Cardinals to do better as far as, eating some of his contract because, clearly St. Louis is trying to get out of his contract. They wanted to trade him to Houston. Arenado said no. He used his no trade clause, vetoed the Astros. So, Arenado's market is very limited. So if the Cardinals If the Cardinals want to trade him, they're going to have to eat a good chunk of his contract, I think. A lot. I mean, Arenado, obviously, Bregman could be an option, but I don't think he'll be with the signing with the Yankees. They could look at Alec Boehm from the Phillies. I know the Phillies were looking to trade him. Maybe they look into Profar, right? That's another name that's been mentioned by all, some Yankees fans, and I do like Profar. You give him like a three-year deal. I think Rizzo lives in Florida. I'm pretty sure. Bo he didn't have a great season. So I would welcome that. Short beards, that'd be fine. Yeah, just keep it nicely groomed. I'd be okay with that. Yeah, Rizzo as a coach, I see it in the future. I don't see it right now, but that's something that could be. I feel like that's something that could be in his future, and I think he would make for an excellent coach. He'd be an excellent coach for sure. A hitting coach, I'll take Rizzo as a hitting coach. But yeah, speaking of weight, or does seem like he'll have a problem with it as he gets older. Dude ain't slim. Yeah, I mean, if he doesn't do anything about it now. Pass on Moncada, man. I'm not really for Moncada. Yeah, okay. And I know we were on Correa. If we were to get him, what would be a Volpe? I mean, well, I wouldn't put Volpe at third. He's better. He would be better off at second base, and then Jazz is going to play third. You're not going to put Correa at third base and put Jazz at short. But again, I think the only way the Yankees get Carlos Correa is if the Twins eat most of that contract. So Bichette is also shortstop primarily, and I doubt they would trade him to us. You know how that goes there, Graham. The Yankee tax, it's real. Yankees should get rid of Stroman. Well, they're trying to. I'm sure they're trying to figure out a way to trade Marcus Stroman. They're trying to figure out what to do. Again, it's probably going to be one of those things where they're going to have to eat some of that contract to make it worthwhile for the team that they trade him to. If assuming he does get traded, but trading him would free up money. I'd say Correa will probably play third for the Twins. His feet issues, yeah. I mean, he could play third for the. I mean, if the Yankees were to trade for him, which again I don't think will happen, they could put him at third base, and and move Jazz to second. I mean, your infield would be set then. Jason mentioned today Michael Massey from the Royals. Yeah, that's a name. That's another name. Jace Young from the Tigers. He's another name that's been mentioned. He played in some games for the Tigers, but that was another name that's been floating around. Vierling was another one. I believe his name is Matt Vierling. That's another name. Michael Massey. Let's see what's his numbers like. Let me pull up Fangraphs here for Michael Massey. What did he do? Well, he played in 100 games. Maybe perfect for second base. He hit batting average was 259, 14 home runs, 294 on base percentage, 449 slugging, 102 WRC plus. He's 20. Yeah, he's 20. He'll be 27 when the season starts. So he's still young. Um, Not bad. And then what's his contract? I'm just curious about that. All right, so he'll be in his pre-arb. His first year of arbitration starts in 28. So Yankees would have a lot of years of control with Michael Massey. I mean, I wouldn't complain about that. But with Michael Kay and Jack Curry saying that they think that that Jazz Chisholm is more than likely he's probably gonna be more moved to second base. What that tells me, again, I know Cashman didn't come out and say it, or Boone didn't come out and say it. What that tells me is that they are probably they're going to look to move him to second base, and they're going to look for a third baseman, whether it's internal or external. So, but then do we really want to be? I mean, I don't want Correa. I don't want Bregman. As far as the incident in 2017, I mean, that's a question you have to ask the Yankees front office. Some fans would welcome it, right? I'm not really excuse me, I'm not really for it, but it's up to the Yankees and what they want to do. Yeah, they're going to ask for a haul, so that asking price is going to be high. Well, if you go internally, I would be okay with Peraza playing third. I wouldn't be opposed to that. I mean, that would be pretty much his last chance. I mean, he's out of options right now. I don't know what the Yankees plan on doing with Peraza, but he's out of options. So do they play him? Do they trade him? So I thought we all thought it was going to be him and Volpe together, but of course that is not happen. Luis Urias from the Brewers. Did he play at all? I want to look up. Got me wondering about his stats, but he's another young player. Another young player that's out there. I mean, played in 41 games, 4 home runs, 191 batting average, WRC plus of 107. Looks like he plays in the utility guy, second base, third base, shortstop. I mean, yeah, he could be. He could be a guy that the Yankees could look into, possibly. What would they have to give up for him? That's the question. So we should have went after Adames instead of chasing Juan. Yeah, I wouldn't have been opposed to Willie Adames, man. I wouldn't have been opposed to him, but again, at the time, it's like they were working on getting Soto, which I mean, I can't blame the Yankees for that. I mean, that was their number one priority. It's like Mets should have. A lot of folks think that a lot of fans think that the Mets didn't do Pete Alonso right. They kind of put Pete Alonso on the back burner and were pursuing Soto, which rightfully so. But Soto was the prize. I can't see them giving up prospects for anyone. There aren't really good options at the moment, and just getting for the sake of it. Yeah, I would, like I said, I would be okay with giving Peraza a chance. I would not be opposed to that. Piazza, or did you mean to say Peraza? Yeah, 20. Oh, Peraza's going to be 25. Okay. Yeah, I didn't think, I thought he was a little bit younger than that, but probably right. No, he's not making the opening day roster. Nope. Not a chance. Not a chance. There's no way he's making the roster or opening day roster. There's no way. He'll get an invite to spring training, I'm sure. Kind of like he did, kind of like he did last year. So that I see happening. But September, when they expand the roster, yeah, possibly. It depends on how he plays at the minor leagues. I mean, he's got a good bat. He's great defensively. He's got to come down on his strikes. His strikeout percentage is way too high, so he does need to come down on his strikeouts. So he does need to make improvements there. So maybe he does get a September call up. I don't know. You might see Jones if things do go wrong. If he put, what do you mean? I don't see Jones making in the opening day roster. That's not going to happen. That's not going to happen. Your outfield, you already know it's going to consist of Dominguez, Bellinger, Judge, right? As of right now, Trent Grisham is going to be your fourth outfielder. So just something to keep in mind. Well, that's what I'm saying. If we see Jones, we have to question that. There's a lot of questions to be asked. So, yeah, I don't think we see Spencer Jones. There's no way. But like I said, I think we're, right now, yeah, injuries, and if we were desperate and he's raking at the time, well, that's the only way I see him coming up is, if a player gets hurt and you call him up in an emergency, that's a possibility. But I feel like they'll call other players before they call him up. Yeah, Steve. I mean, right now, like Michael Kay and Jack Curry said, he's probably going to they're probably going to wait, and then they're going to strike at the right moment. I mean, they put themselves in a position where they could wait, and they have. I understand their internal options may not be the most attractive, but the fact of the matter is they have options internally. So if they can't go with get a player in a trade, and I'm only mentioning trades because I truly do not think that they're going to sign anybody. I do think that they will go internally if they can't trade for any player. And yeah, they did put themselves in a position, and they'll strike at the right moment. When it's right for them to do so. The only one from the farm right now might get a cup of coffee is Hampton. Yeah, I don't think we're going to see Hampton at all. If the Yankees need a starter in a pinch, they'll probably call up Will Warren again. 43 likes, cool. Can we get to 50? 50 would be awesome. So Probably. Yeah. Left field, Martian. Center field, Bellinger. Right field, Judge. I mean, that's what I'm thinking. Bellinger. He'll play. He'll play left. He could play left field. He could play center field. You could put him anywhere in the outfield. I think you could put him at first base. So he's not limited. Second options are injured and they are completely desperate. And he forces his way up. I don't expect Jones to be ready. Yeah, well, if he doesn't get called up in September, when the rosters expand, I don't. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if he wasn't called up. So I don't know. It'll be interesting to see who the Yankees call up when that happens. JT Brubaker, I haven't seen his death ball. Unfortunately, I really wanted to see Brubaker pitch, but the guy is hurt. He every time he tries to make a comeback, there's always some sort of setback. So the guy just can't stay healthy. It was the same thing with Scott Efros. You barely got to see him pitch. Scott Efros only pitched once in 2024, and then they sent him back down to the minors. I'll have to check it out. For sure, I'll have to check it out. But yeah, Yankees next move, like we were talking about, I think they're obviously waiting on Roki Sasaki and seeing where he's gonna go. They had a 2-hour meeting with him but again, Sasaki, I think, will sign with either the Dodgers or the Padres. I don't see him going to any of the East Coast teams. I mean, like, Ken said earlier, maybe, he said Diamondbacks, which is possible. Wink the Man says, how amazing how much better we look without Soto. Mets have move after him. They haven't even re-signed Alonso yet. I mean, yeah. This is the question we kept, that I was asking myself, that I'm sure a lot of Yankees fans were asking themselves. If the Yankees did sign Juan Soto, which, I don't think any of us would have been unhappy about, would they have been able to sign other players? Would they have been able to acquire other players? My answer is no. I don't think so. So I think they have a good team. They're putting together a better team, especially defensively. That's been the theme in this offseason. So as long as that defense shows in during the regular season, then what that says is that the Yankees did make the right moves. But I think the Yankees will make another move. They will make another trade. They will get another bat. What bat that's going to be? Who knows, right? I know I've said that many times. Who knows? But they're not going to come out and say look at this is who we're after. But I'm sure they're cooking something up. Again, they put themselves in a position where they don't have to make a move right away. They can wait. They added the pieces that they needed to add. So Cashman resorts to dumpster diving, and sometimes these dumpster dive moves. Yeah, well, especially with the bullpen. They find a lot of these bullpen arms that we never even heard of. And then Matt Blake does his thing. So Jack Curry. Yeah. Well, Jack Curry did say that. Michael Kay agreed. I talked a little bit about that. What that tells me is that, even though, again, Brian Cashman and Aaron Boone didn't come out and say it, but if Jack Curry is saying it, my guess is that they probably told Jack that, yeah, they want Jazz at second base. So inevitably, he's going to move to second. They're gonna get somebody else to play third. So I'd say the pitcher in the rotation would have been Flaherty if we signed Soto. We better by a long way with Fried. Best of his type since Maddox, in my honest opinion. Yeah, I wouldn't have been opposed to Flaherty though. Which, speaking of Flaherty, there's some apparently the Orioles are interested in him, and the Orioles need a pitcher. So I don't know what they're gonna do, but yeah, I wouldn't have been opposed to Jack Flaherty if the Yankees were to sign him. But I'm glad that they got Max Fried. Because, yeah, if they signed Soto, they probably wouldn't have been able to spend that money on Fried. Maybe they would have. They would have just said, screw it. Because even with Soto or without, they needed to add a pitcher to the starting rotation. Like I said, I would welcome Oswald Peraza to third base. I would welcome Peraza to third base. So sign me up. Yeah, but it could be different. It could be different the second time around, right? You never know. Flaherty, I'm in all honesty, I'm surprised he hasn't signed yet. There's still some names out there, people. There's still some free agents that haven't signed. Obviously Bregman, Alonso, Jack Flaherty, Tanner Scott, Nick Pivetta. A lot of these guys are still free agents. There's still a lot of names out there. David Cohen. Listen, I like John Birdie. He's solid, man. He good utility player. He's a guy that could come off the bench. Sure, the Yankees, could they bring him back? Yeah, they could bring him back, but the problem is he's injury prone. He barely played in the regular season, right? He had that hip injury, and then I believe he got he didn't even play in the World Series because he got hurt. So I'm not for Birdie coming back. Oh yeah, I did hear about that. Yeah, I did hear about that. Greg Nettles, yeah, right. Yeah, I know that's why they non-tendered him, but I mean, sure they could bring him back. I wouldn't be necessarily opposed. I like Birdie. I just wish he could stay healthy. That's my biggest thing with Birdie. So but yeah, let me ask you all this though. Any other names that we haven't talked about for potentially third base? What are you all thinking? I know we've mentioned Alec Bohm. We've obviously mentioned Alex Bregman. I know we mentioned Luis Ariz, but for second base, are there other names that are out there? I know, Jace. Is it Jace Young from the Tigers? I don't want to confuse Jace Young and Josh Young, but I think it's Jace Young from the Tigers. He's a name that's been mentioned. He's young. He'll be 24 when the season starts. Yeah, Brendan. Yeah, Michael Massey. Right, that's another name. Veerling, yes. OMG, Jose. Nah, I'm good. Pass on Correa. Yeah, Jace Young. Yeah, I know he only came up last year. He only played in what, like 31 games, but again, he's an option. Yeah, Donovan, we have talked about Donovan heavily. I know Jason from 161 has talked about Brandon Donovan. Rob from Pinstripe Chronicles has talked about heavily. He's talked heavily about Brandon Donovan. I've talked a little bit about him too, and I wouldn't mind him. I really wouldn't. But for the right price, if they could make a good deal to the Cardinals. I would love for them to get Brandon Donovan, but I don't see it happening. Do you think we get Skeens in the near future? I'm not going to hold my breath. Taking a big chance with Jace Young. I mean, yeah, it is a big chance. I think if the Yankees, they'll go. I mean, at that point, I guess you might as well just go Oswald Peraza and go with what you have. If they were to go internally, if they go externally, I'm sure they would want to go after a bat with a little bit more experience. Whit Merrifield. Another name that's been mentioned too has been Cronenworth for the infield. Whit Merrifield, yeah. What was his stats like? Four home runs, 222 average, 15 RBIs. Yeah, 76 OPS. He's 35. Yeah, he was injured. You're right. Yeah, I don't know. I'd pass. I'd bring Birdie back at that point. You know. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, Alec Boehm from the Phillies. I mean, I wouldn't mind the Yankees getting him or trading for him. So just get Bregman. We can get back to the World Series. Yeah, look, if they get Bregman, like I said, I would only want Bregman on a short-term deal. You know, I don't think he's worth a long-term deal. I don't think he's worth I truly don't think he's worth 200 million. I really don't. But you know, I don't the Yankee I don't know that again, I don't think the Yankees are going to sign another positional player. I think I think they go after I think they're going to the signings that they make is going to be for the bullpen. Which, speaking of the bullpen, you know, really the only arms that you heard about was Andrew Chafin and then Tim Hill, right? Then there was another pitcher who's pitching in Korea. He pitched for the Red Sox, but he's I forget his name, but he's another name that apparently that the Yankees looked into that they were interested in. Yeah, Willie Castro's name. That was another name that I've been hearing about as well. That's a maybe. Kike Hernandez. I wouldn't be opposed to Kike. I know Cody Bellinger is a big fan of him. Cody Bellinger has spoken very highly of Kike, and I like Kike Hernandez. He did he did well in the postseason for the Dodgers. I mean, I wouldn't mind him at all. Hart. Okay, thank you. Yeah, Hart. Yeah, he's pitching in the KBO right now. But he did play for the Red Sox. That was another name that has been mentioned for the bullpen. Kyle Hart, yeah. I mean, the Yankees do need they do need a lefty arm. Yeah, they need to get another infielder. I mean, I want them to trade for a good third baseman. I want them to trade for a good infielder. there's names out there, but it's just a matter of who the Yankees are looking at. I'm sure they're looking at a plethora of players, but who they ultimately go after is the question. And who are they? What are if they have talked with other teams? What players are they asking for? Because Spencer Jones is probably a part of that conversation. George Lombard Jr. is a part of that conversation. Arias is a part of that conversation. So, do the Yankees want to part with any of these guys? Well, Lombard is an untouchable. I don't think, the Yankees, I don't think are going to trade away Lombard. They'll trade Arias before they do trade Lombard. That's what I think. Yeah, no way on Machado. No way on Machado. That contract, no. The Yankees looked into Machado back when he was a free agent. But yeah, that contract is no, definitely not. No, I mean, just out of curiosity, looking at, yeah, I mean, he's not a free agent till 2033. He'll be 40 years old. He's going to get paid $31 million next year. Yeah, the Yankees are not going to. They're not going to take on a guy that's getting paid almost $32 million. No way. They trade Jones, has to be out of league. What do you mean out of league? Like out of the American League, you mean? Yeah, Jones. Yeah, probably. That's a good guess. Yeah, it's possible. Yeah, way worse than Correa, man. Yeah, nah, forget about Machado. Honestly, at the time I was happy when the Yankees didn't sign him. I felt like it was a bunch of that his contract he got overpaid. I don't personally I don't think he was worth that 350 million. There's no way. Yeah, I'm good. Oh, out of the AL. Yeah, if they were to trade him, trade him out of the American League. Put him in the, keep him in it, or put him trade him to one of the teams in the National League. I'd be okay with that. So, yeah, I know what you mean. I know what you mean. But that's what we got, though, folks. That's what we got. I right now, the Yankees are in waiting mode, but they don't necessarily have to make another move. They don't. I think they will. They're gonna. I'd say they have to. So they're gonna have to make another move. They're gonna have to get another bat. I don't want them to go internally, but if they have to go internally, they certainly do have the options to go internally. So, we'll see what happens. I think they're going to strike. They're going to strike when they need to. They're going to strike at the right moment. But let's we'll see. But yeah, they got to get another bat, and they have to also definitely get some lefty arms for the bullpen. 2 lefty relievers for the pen. That would be ideal. I know people keep saying about strike. Yeah, Judge was like that too. Yeah, Judge was striking out a lot kind of like just like Spencer Jones was. And look at Judge now. And Spencer Jones can be that player. He can be that kind of player for sure. Oh, please don't say that. I mean, he's gotten better. I mean, he does strike out a lot, but he's gotten better. Why am I saying they have to? Because I want them to have a better lineup. I want them to be better defensively. I want them to be. They're going to be contenders, but I just, just getting another bat, I feel like would, it would just put me at ease, if anything. So I beg to differ on that one. They're drunk Hispanic. Thing is, Jones could steal bags more than Judge Jones can run. For a large man, that guy does have a lot of speed. And he can yes indeed, he can steal bases. No doubt about it. Yeah, get me Tucker in 2026, man. Sign me up for Kyle Tucker. I definitely want the Yankees to go after him. Jones strikeouts will be better next year. I think you'll see a healthy in swing. I feel good about Jones. I do. But if an opportunity does come along to trade him and you're getting something of great value back, then by all means. But it has to be worth it. Well, I'm not going to go. I'm not going to even go there with the comparisons because I'm against the comparisons of the new players for the old players. Let the players be themselves. Let them be the best version of themselves. Let them create their own legacy. But I understand what you're saying there, Graham. Yeah, I don't think we have to either. I'm pass on Santander. I'm good on him. But folks, that's what we got. All right, I'm going to wrap it up here. But appreciate everybody tuning in. Thank you to everybody for tuning in. I would greatly, I do greatly appreciate it. So let's continue growing this channel. We broke 1,400 subscribers recently. Let's get to 1,500. Let's try to get this channel to 1,500. So that would be amazing to get to 1,500. My big goal would be to get to 2,000 by opening day. I think it would be awesome if I could get to 2,000 by opening day. So let's try. Hope to make that happen. But stay tuned, folks. All right. I want to try and go live as much as I possibly can. I don't want to go live just to go live, but obviously, if some big news happens, I'll go live. So y'all don't have to worry about. Y'all can depend on me for that. But again, thank you all for tuning in. Happy New Year to everybody. Hopefully everybody is off to a great 2025 so far. Hopefully 2025 brings you nothing but good times, some good health. All right. Hopefully, you all do well in this new year. Hopefully 2025 is better than 2024. So, yeah, we'll see what happens. We'll see what the year brings, folks. But thank you all again. You all have a good night. See you all again soon. And again, make sure you all hit that like button, hit that subscribe, share this channel out with everyone you know. And I will see you all next time. Have a good night, everyone. Black Box Music.